uploaded so many videos in Arabic, but and so many videos were deleted because of my way of explaining. So in mean of respect, I will upload. Still, if you check my previous video, you will see what I am saying, especially in Arabic. Even in English, I think. Yeah. I'll do my best not to repeat what I said. Now, this explanation, you will not find it within maybe for 14th century Muhammad peace be upon him, but there's a lot to explain about Muhammad. Before Muhammad, regardless, nothing I'm trying to say. Let's be serious. This is your host, Tarek. Talk. We cannot say that there is a huge conflict between the West and Arabic world. This conflict is using both politicians who involved are in it, the political conflict and which interest and things like that, who can affect, and religion is used. You cannot say that the West is not using religion in its politicians. Those who are ruling the West through the previous century, they use religion. Okay? There is a point that we need to understand. There is a similarity between Iran, for example, and the West. I'm not going to go to the Ottoman Empire, Turks, though there is some obvious aspects. But things to do even before 13th century and 14th century. The Persians used to rule part of what is called the Arabic world. Iraq, for example, they say it's part of the Arabic world. The Persian occupied Iraq at that time. You need to check some other videos to me to understand the big picture. Even the Roman and Byzantine Empire, they ruled part of what is called the Arabic world right now. The Arabic world right now, what is called the Arabic world, part of it, big parts, are not native Arabic locations, like Egypt or North Africa. The majority of people, Morocco, the majority of people, even Amazigh, they speak Arabic. Iraq, Syria, these people choose the Arabic language and accepted Islam fast to get rid from the Byzantine Roman occupation, the Persian occupation, you name it. I do not want to repeat what I said. I try to send the message. There is a hadith talk about the dark brood. I have explained about this as well. If you have a small atom of dark brood, you will be in hellfire. No heaven for you. Proud. All human beings are equal and they are the same at the judgment day, and there is rules for that. Quran verses is there. The word of God. Not the rubbish manipulated scriptures, ancient scriptures here and there. We're talking about the real New Testament, Quran, which because of certain reasons, Hukm al-Arabiya, it's protected A to Z until now. In Europe, in the West, there is a hidden or obvious dark brood. They cannot accept this new renew of Islam by Muhammad, because Muhammad is an Arab. This is the root of it. Someone might say, What about Jesus? Jesus have nothing to do with Isa, the Messiah, the son of Virgin Mary. A to Z. No, Isa is fine because Jesus is fine. Because Jesus is the, what is the word? Not manifesto. The product of the Roman. Italy, Greece. Roman, before 1,000 years, embossed the cross of Jesus by the sword. Part of Europe. Part of Europe. Italy is part of Europe. Greece is part of Europe. Henry VIII make a renew about Jesus. Protestant. Jesus is part of our identity. Now I'm not going to talk about Satan role and the dark proud. الكبر من كان في قلبه ذرة من كبر لا يدخل الجنة. Because kibr, the dark proud, is only for Allah. Now they will say, look at their God. Allah. Yeah, Allah said the dark proud is mine. Dark proud is mine. Allah said this. Allah said it's forbidden. حرم على نفسه الظلم. He said forbidden for me to create unjust. إنه يكيدون كيدا وأكيد كيدا. الكيد. Now I'm not going to go to other. فأمهل الكافرين أمهلهم رويدا. So now they will see Allah have the dark proud. Look at the Muslim. Allah said dark proud is only part of. I can practice the dark proud, not you creatures. Satan took or practiced dark proud. That's why he part of the aspects of the curse that he practiced dark proud. There is the positive light proud, like I am proud to be a good person. I'm proud of my parents, proud of my family, proud of my certificate, proud of what I did. But there is the dark proud. Jesus is for us, understand me? The Persian are different. 12 Imam. Imamiyya. I'm not going to talk about the Turks. I'm not going to talk about other nations. Those in North Africa, they were under occupation. So the dark proud basis is destroyed. They want to get rid of the Byzantines and the Romans. I'm not going to go back to the history of racism. Remember that we are your masters, we the Byzantines in Syria and Egypt. Don't work with those Arabs who came from Arabia. And amongst them real Israelis, of course. Because the real Israelis, at the time of Muhammad, so we will conquer the Holy Land, we will take it back. Muhammad, peace be upon him, went to Paradise. Abu Bakr Umar ibn al-Khattab, second Khalifa, I will be with the army of Islam to conquer the Holy Land. We want it back from the Roman. When they liberated the house of worship and it's built there, and the people of dark proud, Constantine, Jesus cross, Isa the Messiah doesn't work. We want Jesus. Trinity rubbish. Even at that time, Constantine have dark proud. Or the circles, the background of the power of the Roman and the Caesar Constantine and the cabinets, religions, theologians, whatever, had this dark proud. Because there is a chance to fix things, but no, the dark proud, because we want this Messiah the way it's suitable for us in these parts of Europe. Italy, Greece. And Satan was successful. You understand me? I'm trying to explain to you the truth. Some Israelis did not accept Islam until they saw the house of worship there, Masjid al-Aqsa. It's there. He built it. Bilal ibn Rabah, black gentleman, companion of Muhammad, is calling for it. Umar is there. Allahu Akbar, I'm gonna be a Muslim. Means, not Yahudi Muslim, Hanafi Muslim, I accept the renewed. Muhammad is indeed the final messenger of God. Isa is indeed the Messiah. Understand me? The dark proud is not there. The Israelis, after all this time, 6th century of humiliation, those who insisted in being Jews, my ancestors, some of them, they said no. Some of my ancestors, because they always wanted father and mother anyway. You understand? People who have the cross of the Roman, when Arab came, yes, I'm a Muslim and I'm going to speak Arabic. Understand me? Dark brown is no more. But in the West, there is dark brown. The basis for that Satan is using to empower this dark brown, to empower this kibr, ليس كبرياء. There is difference between kibriya and kibr. Kibr, the dark brown, is there. No one conquer us except the people of the Roman cross. European. Now we accept what? Muhammad Arab? No. Understand me? This is part of it. So the West will always look in similarity to how the Persian are looking. لا تروح لو كان الإيمان في رجال لكان في خيرة من رجال فارس. سليمان الفارسي that time, and the Persian who accepted Islam before the Safavids and the Safavids. Let's accept and understand. نطحة أو نطحتان بعد النطحة الأولى. Let's understand the hadith. Anyway. So, they will never accept Islam. They, as calling themselves Jews or Christians, in a background, they want to take the house of worship. They want to take the Holy Land. They came and colonized the area. They want to control it. This dark brown was the reason behind seducing Turkey to what it's like now. All respect to President Erdogan. He's a wonderful thing, though the corruption is all over him. I mean, you cannot even question him if he let on or released some of the principles because of the increasing or the pressure. Anyway, regardless, this is another topic against him. Even in Turkey itself, they stack Brad. Though they did a lot of crap, regardless. So those in certain wings, those who are ruling, even Trump, for example, Trump is considered an exception. Those who rule the West, there is a change within the public with this dark brown that want a certain impact to their life. So Trump is here, ready to say what is not acceptable among the circles of those who rule the West. But still, capital of the so-called Israeli state is Jerusalem. He did that. He have problem with he criticized King Solomon in an unbelievable way. The way he talk about Gulf states, this visit about the Islamic world, and he said, we're not here to change your rubbish like that. Those who he choose to work in his national security in the cabinet with him, some of them announce it, that Islam is like Nazism, communists. We get rid of them, we need to get rid of Islam. So the West right now, this is part of my personal case, that's why I'm explaining. The West, and there is people who are dead, even here in London, by the way, calling themselves Jews or Christian. They put, I didn't go to the conclusion, they put this plan that the Muslim world, this Islamic religion, when we look at this anger from Taliban, Al-Qaeda, Daesh, Hamas, nationalists, they're more nationalists like Taliban. Anger, they don't want our way. They don't want to work, they don't want to change the way we want them. There is satanic dimensional star that they call David Star, Taghut. I have no time to explain what is Taghut now and again. And there is the cross, satanic antichrist cross, Taghut. as a background. Someone who is calling himself Jew, working or part of those who rule the West, they created this rubbish. We Jews, we don't want to multiply, and invite you to our faith. No. Yeah, this is one of the statements that was said even by people who they always say it, live or dead. We the Jews, protected. We should be. This is the new school, and I don't need to turn back to schools, changing schools within the dark groups until all except an appointed Antichrist. I have no time to explain the so-called. So even the so-called Buddhists, there is a man who would represent Buddha. Buddha can represent himself and people. This school will keep changing itself until this Antichrist and times is the so-called Christian schools keep changing. The so-called Shiite, those who call themselves Jews, Zionists, before the so-called Zionists, until the school is changing, till even Ahmadinejad sent 12 Imam, 12 Apostle. At the end, after tribulation and things, there will be a human figure. They all say that this is the Messiah. He will be the Mahdi of the so-called Shiite. There is no question me right now. So now we are in a certain period of this changing schools. So this so-called Jew, so-called Israeli, this guy, no? هم قالوا لي لا listen قال the game is not about the race, the game is about the faith. واحدة يا سيستر كيفك ثاني تخرب المي. The thing I'm trying to say. Sorry. I'm happy because I'm a Muslim. Another reason. Focus. Those who call themselves Jews, either they work with those who rule the West. Now we're not talking about China. We're not talking about India. Russia. I mean, with Putin, we're not talking about Russia. Russia have a different side of it. Africa, third world. There is problem. They are accomplishers. They can be accomplishers. Africa's third world. Sorry. The same story, but different. I am equal to you. We're all equal. The thing I'm trying to say. So those who could either they work with those who rule the West, or they are part of those who rule the West. You look at this anger. Those who call themselves Jews, among them. This is the new school. We're Jews. Jesus is one of us. The so-called Christian new school must respect the Jews because Jesus was one of them. And there will be machines, and the school is changing itself. Since Constantine the Crusade, since the basics of it, Roman cults, those who call themselves Jews, among, for example, the Gohem European, the dark, proud is there. They are European. They are Gentile, Jewish, Goyim European. They are not Israelis. Very close to the Ishmaelis. Oh, though they say, for example, imagine someone Armenian Gypsy Jew. For example, say the Muslims think it's Ismail. No, it is Israel. Muhammad is Ismail. But no, God favor Israel. How come Muhammad is a messenger? Understand me? The لا تعمل الأبصار ولكن تعمل قلوب. Quran verses. الغشاوة. The blindness is not in the eyes, it's in the heart. This is Quran verses. That's them. Blind hearts. Allah have said, Muhammad, the real Israelis, this dark crowd is not there. Especially when the conquer happened with some Israelis involved in the Islamic army. And the Umar ibn al-Khattab, the second Khalifa, like exactly based as the teaching from God to Muhammad. Or people who had a doubt. But when they see the liberation before 13th century in something, they said it cannot be except the 14th century. Except that we need just the basics of that Satan can use to empower this dark proud or kibr. It's just almost vanished, destroyed. Allahu Akbar. There is no God but Allah. Indeed, Allah is our God. Israel, Ismail. And Muhammad is indeed his final messenger. Let's نتبع ما ألفينا عليه آباءنا in the verses of Quran. What we found our ancestors, they insist on it. ألفينا عليه آباءنا. Quran, what our fathers did and believe. But in Europe, after all this time, you can't take your rock dome and take it to Medina. Though it's the same time, Sinai is not Egypt. Sinai is in Tabuk, from the river to the river. This group want to control Middle East. Reactions. Look at this barbaric reaction, uncivilized reactions. Still the dark crowd is working. You understand me? The Jews, among those who wings ruled the West through the decades, previous century, would say we need to change something. Even with the most liberal, secular. Basically, it's something to do with supremacist. Our way, not their way. Let's not use religion a lot. The way they use it. Jesus is Jew. We the Jew, we can't. You're the Gentile, you need to accept him. And at the same time, the other Messiah. Who gives a fuck? We're Zionists. There is no God. We just use this against Islam. The background, we use religion against this dark proud is working. This religion of Arabs. Do you understand me? Am I making you wake up? Wake up. But if you commit crimes, there must be a punishment. What? No. Better keep away. Because I ain't a person like other persons. Get there. And the so-called Christians, among those who rule wings in certain ways, the West, or working with them, it used to be a Christian soul. The Jews suffered a lot. Basically, the Bible explains itself. God gave the Jews the Holy Land. Jesus Christ, in the name of Jesus, love and Christ, Father, the Son, and the Holy Spirit. trinity of the Antichrist. Satan and his son, the Antichrist, and the holy satanic Taguri. Spirit. Yeah, that. Planners say the following additional to all this. The Muslim world must get busy with itself. Like happening in Iraq because of us. Like happening in Syria because of our interference. Sunni, Shiite, we put all our minds to find a solution. Talk politically with Iran. Saddam Hussein prove to Gulf states, use Gulf states, interfere, seduce Iraq, Kuwait, play politically. Assisi, the dictator in Egypt, is the best choice. So-called Israeli state doing our job. Look at the Kurds there, North Iraq. Kurds in Iraq are not the Kurds in Turkey. The Kurds in Iraq are not the Kurds of Iran. It's different. Minorities, women right, women right. Those who can't, I didn't get to the point I'm trying to explain. The tiger, Wahhabis, is good for a certain period, so that the Sufis have their own schools. Shia, the Nasiris, Jamal Abdel Nasser, Egypt, the Arabic, the seculars, Turks. Farriq doesn't divide it. Now Wahhabis is not needed because Ba'ath parties of Saddam is finished. Wahhabist will say Saddam Hussein is infidel because he's Ba'ath. Ba'ath basically is a party, a secular party, even if he's a Muslim. Now there is no need for Wahhabist. We need Saud House to dismount the tiger. The Muslim world, we need more Daesh, but under control. Let the Muslim world so that we get rid, because Islam is an ideology. This anger which you see in these barbaric uncivilized people, behind it Muhammad. We go and say to them, he's the man of peace, Muhammad. The Muslims here in the West and all the allies, peace be upon him. Muhammad is a man of peace. He's a man of bloodshed, Muhammad. He's a lord of war, warlord. He's a pedophile. He's a rapist. Muhammad, peace be upon him. Indeed, Islam is peace. Yeah, right. Well. It's crusade. I did not go to Iraq except for one reason. For Jesus God, it's a crusade. If we don't do this to them, they'll do it to us. If we don't come to them, they come to us. We shouldn't be in America stealing it from the Native Americans, but they'll come to us. Dark brown Muhammad? No. Hellfire? Yeah. Heaven? No. أنا أدعو لكم بالهداية، أدعو لكم بالاحتراق والعذاب الأليم. Because it's a personal case. There's things that happen to the structure of my being cannot be fixed. Like this jacket. This jacket can be fixed. نعمل له ترقيع. Other things, no. I did not explain what exactly. It's far bigger than things that be in your twisted mind. Time. I need to check the time. Oh no. Silly me. فلازم العالم الإسلامي ينشغل بذي الأمور تكمل. The Islamic world must get busy with this. We enhance it. Those who work with those who rule the West, or those who are ruling the West in certain wings. Religion, politics, interest, and dark blood. Hellfire. Understand me? I did not talk about others. Now let's focus on the West. Why there is problems in the Islamic world, Arabic world? Enhance the so-called Indians. Empower the Hindus against Islam. Hindus do not want to criticize Jesus the way Islam. Hindus do not want to take the Holy Land the way Muslims want, among them the real Israelis. Yeah? Filthy goys are a problem to the Muslims. Those who call themselves Buddhists are not interested to come to the Holy Land. It's Muslims. Islam came from Arabia. It was a Christian, Jesus, Constantine, the Roman, who came from outside and installed the Holy Land. Him and his people for centuries, and created problem, crucifixion, dark persecution, and God knows what. Islam is from Medina. There was a Jewish community in Medina. They are on a neon project. Muhammad bin Ismail. Saddam Hussein was a dictator. A result of colony? Yes. A good result of colony? Yes. Person who believes in the independence and unity of Iraq? Yes. This is not suitable for us in the West. He's not a good agent slave. That's all. So, the Muslim world must cause trouble to each. That's when I come. بسم الله عليك. ما بقولها صدر الجزيرة. كلمة صدر الجزيرة تخلص من. You calling yourself Shiite in the Arabian Ismailian territory? Let's start talking about that now, saying. You call yourself a Shafi'is. You call yourself a Hijazis. You're gonna criticize. You want to divide us. You want to cause a dilemma. Do. Let's talk about that. Excuse me, you're North Yemeni? You know what? Look what's happening in Syria. You got that right. Look what's happening in Iraq. You got that right. Look what's happening in Afghanistan. You got that right. Look what's happening in Libya. Yes. You got that right. Sudan. You got that right. That's why I want to fix things in the Ismailian territory. Let's see the map of this world. These people are calling for secularism, nationalism, liberalism. What about the Ismailian nation? What about my kingdom or Emir al-Hajr? That's the problem. Am I the only one? Yeah. I did not start yet because I am the only one. We have again and again. Don't you think that my death is the end of me? Nah. Sorry, just need to get rid of you. That's why I'm doing what I'm doing with. So that you won't tell the secrets. This life is harder than the previous one. And I was promised better in the future. Do you get the point? Huh? These who call themselves Jews and those who call themselves Christian, among those who are mentioned in my video, this one, are a dirty Satan worshipper, even if they don't believe that Satan is there. They worship the possessed of the devil. They are part of the possessed of the devil. The world must get rid of you. Even if you know the truth, the dark, proud in you, which will never allow you to enter the heaven because your souls are dirty, will stop you from accepting the truth. I'm blessing you with my aspects. Do you see how high I am comparing to you? Do you see how down you are and how up I am? Hard for you. I am mentioned, you demons. Is there any ladies listening? And flop, so keep away. And that's why Tarek is here. The intruders to humanity, we're gonna cause a trouble. The intruders need to understand that it's an Ishmaelian land and they need to stop lying demon motherfucking bitches on bitch as hell. And for us to get rid of them, the old Ishmaelian must listen to my announcement in a very polite way. Called exactly like Ali Khamenei I always announce shite in Tehran. Do you see the demonstration surrounding Ali Khamenei while he's giving speech? It's happening here and there. Do you see North Korea, for example? Do you see the Bharat Janata Party, Bangal, Danga Gandu Party? And what is called India? I want to speak to the nation. And we will show respect to their interest. And we will have our chair in the United Nations. Some Ishmaelian are already been sold. I want my independence. My independence is gonna protect even the Ishmaelian nation. Look what's happening in Iraq. It's better for you to make me part of you Ishmaelian by liberating yourself from this agent demon motherfucking rulership in Durai. We're the Ishmaelians. It's the Ishmaelian land now, I'm saying. The West is happy with minority in Syria doing to the majority. We will do everything the West want, but not on our account. And we will be very merciful and nice to the non-Ishmaelian, as long they know where is their place, where is their level. Unlike right now. Look what they're doing to me right now in England and the West. And at the same time, look what they're doing to others who are just suitable for their interest. I do not need to explain more right now about this. Look at the demonstration from time to time. I used to talk to my people in Saudi Arabia in the Ishmaeli land before. I said, look at this guy in England. Do you see what's written in his t-shirt? You see the flags? March from England. These people are the same people who are persecuting the satanic so-called Muslim regime, South House regime, to change it to mean of human rights and minorities and rubbish like that. These people are allowed to say that in their country, even in France right now, Germany and other places. Why don't we say what we want to say in Saudi Arabia under these agents? This way we won't create Syria again. We won't create a second Iraq again. Everything is connected to each other. I want to speak up my mind. This video explains how dirty even the Saudi regime, which is working as an agent. Look at the Goyim right now in Riyadh, so-called Israelis. الفوضى الخلاقة. Even in the American dolls there. You don't want it? Dictator like a Sisi. We're not Egypt. The Ishmaelis need to wake up, and the non-Ishmaelian need to show respect to the people of the land. If the Ishmaelians do not want unity, then independence is good. I want to be like Kuwait and Al-Sabah, Qatar al-Thani. There is a lot of potential. I'll approach even the West. I'll create allies. Because if we continue the way we are, the Saudi regime, for it not to be part of this clashes and collapses, need to accept the blackmail and grant the West more and more, and work even as an anti-Muslim regime. The level of blackmail decrease and go down with a state like Qatar. So we need to create more Qatar state in what's called Saudi Arabia. More Kuwait state in what's called Saudi Arabia. For the blackmail not to find its way against us. Though Kuwait is facing more threat than what we can consider more Kuwait similar states in Saudi Arabia because of the Persian threat. Things to do with Iraq. You cannot say that Saudi regime is protecting the Saudis from us. Because if Saudi regime do not want to cooperate with us, Saudi regime will create a mass to its people. No, not true. Saudi regime should represent the Riyah. Understand me? I have my chair in the United Nations, you have your chair. I work with you as a state, and you work with me as a state. And we won't be blackmailed the way you are imposing a big, huge blackmail against and on the nation of Ishmael in the way it's happening right now. And I have dealt with this personally on the personal level. Do you see how everything network freezes? Things are connected to each other. Finally, I have nothing except my curses. Remy, dua al-Madlum. The calls and prayers of unjust. وبعزتي وجلالي لا أبرنه ولو بعد حين. I don't know why am I